Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, John.
Aren't you lucky today?
Why am I lucky
Because
today?
you're doing Licata Live with the other Licata.
I guess that makes me lucky.
Yep, that's your nickname.
Just call
Lucky
me
Pat.
lucky.
Lucky. Call you lucky. Call you lucky. Um, well, welcome everybody. Um, it's been a an interesting ride. It's been an interesting ride, hasn't it, Pat?
What right are we talking about?
I said ride, and it's just
I
the
know
real
I.
estate market
As far
has
as the real
really
estate.
been
I just thought you meant living with you.
well.
That
Living
has
with
been an
living with me
interesting ride as well.
is a challenge. Is a challenge.
It
But
is.
it's been a challenge for a long time. Long time.
Oh, you got that right.
So let's talk a little bit about the market. Are
Okay.
you listing any homes?
As a matter of fact, we are.
What are some of the new listings that you have coming up?
Well, we have a new listing coming up on Sailors Creek that should be on the market by next week.
Isn't there a home on the
Beautiful.
market right now on Sellers Creek?
There is one on the market right now in Sailors Creek, and it just went under contract
100. When
yesterday.
did it go? When did it go live?
Thursday, I think.
Thursday, and it's already under contract. Today's
Hmm.
Tuesday.
It's under
Okay. Wow.
contract.
Wow.
It's a beautiful home at 100 Sailors Creek. So the new one is going to be at 109 Sailors Creek, and it's a great
Now,
three
is that on
bedroom.
the golf course side or
Sailors Creek is near the golf course.
Sailors Creek isn't near the golf course?
No,
Yes, it is. The other
no,
side.
it's not. Sailors Creek is near Antietam.
I know. Yeah, the other side is the golf course. It's
No, it is.
Meadows
Oh,
Farms
Meadows Farms.
golf course. Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't back to
Doesn't
Meadows
okay.
Farms,
Yeah.
but
I was talking about Meadows Farms,
it's
which is one of the three golf courses in proximity to Lake of the Woods, including the
yes.
lakes.
I mean, we really are lucky in Lake of the Woods. If you're a golfer, there are, as John just mentioned, there are three courses. There's the Lake of the Woods course. There's the course at Somerset Farms, and then there is Meadows Farm, which I believe has the longest hole or
Longest hole in
something
the country. Yeah.
in the country. So if you're a golfer, you will love this area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so we've got 109 Sailors Creek that will be coming active soon. Great three bedroom, two bath with a walk up attic over the garage, which could easily be finished so that it would be an extra room.
Nice.
Really
Nice.
nice.
What other listings?
Well, that ones that just came on the market recently, that have that is one just came on that's still active. We had a really big open house there, a water palooza, as we call them, when we have a huge open house with great food and boat rides, so that people can truly experience what lake living is all about.
So we
That's
have
at
what's
112 Pleasant Grove.
we have a unique open house on steroids, if you will. It's a heightened open house, and it's called Waterpalooza, and it's for waterfront homes. Um, wherever we might have a waterfront listing here or elsewhere, but it's we invite all the neighbors, any friends, any agent, any realtor is invited to attend. Any prospective buyers of interested in a waterfront living, uh, past clients, and it someone comes to the house and they get a feel for what it's like to live the lake life, basically. Live in the
Right.
community, live the lake life. We have good food, we have barbecue, and we had a little bit over 100 people
Yeah.
come. It was almost like a Who concert.
It was hot,
It
but
was really hot.
this
But
house has a
great shade.
phenomenal patio underneath the deck, which was shaded for us. Thank goodness,
So we have
because it
food
was
and
hot.
drink and boat rides and boat tours. It really was nice.
It was
It's
nice.
fun. It's fun. A lot of work, but it's fun to do. It's
It
one of
was
the
fun
things
to
we
do.
do to try to
Yep.
promote the community and certainly promote that house.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And
So, as far as you asked about the real estate market in general, I think we're seeing consistently, and I'm going to speak specifically of Lake of the Woods right now, around 30 properties seem to be active every week. So new inventory, of course, is coming on the market, but at the same time, they're going under contract. So we kind of are remaining in that 30 to 32 range
So
for
three
active or
three
coming
years
soon.
ago, 2 3 years ago, this time of year there'd be probably 80 or 90 homes on the market.
Pre-COVID.
Before that, you might have 120 homes on the market,
That's
of
right.
which 20, 15 or 20 might be waterfront that is turning over. So the supply is still very low comparatively. Now I think at one time there were maybe 6 or 8 homes for sale in the community.
At the height of COVID, I think the lowest that I remember is 7.
So
Yeah.
it's certainly gone up a bit, and that's indicative of the region. When I say the region, the greater Washington, the DMV per se, average days on market in Lake of the Woods, where this waterfront is about 16 days. Average days on market in Northern Virginia and Maryland is approximately 16 days. It's sort of weird. Lake of the Woods in Culpeper used to be considered the distant part of the DMV, not even included in the DMV.
So, John,
Now it
excuse me
is.
for 1 second. Let me ask you a question. For those people who may have moved here recently that aren't from the area, what is DMV?
uh, District, Maryland, and Virginia.
Okay.
So you would think that normally it'd be the DC, the district, and the surrounding counties, the touching counties, which would be like Fairfax and Montgomery and Prince George's. Then you have Alexandria City and whatnot. But now that's expanded out. And COVID has certainly changed things with commuting, virtual workplaces. So it used to be um, Orange County or Fredericksburg or Culpeper was out there. Now it's not out there
That's
because
right.
maybe I only have to go into work once every 2 weeks.
And that's really, I think, as well, changed the complexion of residents in Lake of the Woods. Many people that we know whom we've sold homes for here in the lake or our friends in the lake have moved here full time over COVID.
But when you think of the market, like and I of course we sold a house went on the market last Thursday. By Friday in Culpeper it was under contract. Um, so when you think of Culpeper, when you think of Fredericksburg in Orange County, which is sort of between Culpeper and Fredericksburg, who's buying here? The market, certainly the demographics have changed. Fredericksburg is its own, almost its own market now. It is hot. Um, it's on 95. Culpeper and Lake of the Woods are a little bit similar in terms of in terms of how it's responding to the market, but either way, it's all these are the outer areas where what we're talking about here are more resembling the traditional Fairfax County, Montgomery County. It's looks a lot more like that and how it's responding than before.
I'm gonna leave you alone for a minute. I need to get a drink.
Okay, I usually bring water in myself.
Yep.
So
Sure.
in the last 3 weeks, we sold. We had 11 homes go under contract. We had 5 homes go under contract. Right now, this week, we've already had 4 homes go under contract. So it is a hot market. That's both on the listing side and the buyer side. So that's both sides of it. In that same period of time, we probably, so that's 11, 5 and 3. Some of them are this company's listings, some not. Most of the listings that we have go on the market on a Thursday, and certainly by Monday, often by Monday or Tuesday, they have offers, but definitely by the following weekend. But we have 2 or 3 listings of the last, say, 20 listings that we have. 17 are under contract within that time frame. 3 of them are still active, haven't been gone under contract yet. Again, that's telling you that the market is changing, where 3 months ago, 4 months ago, almost all of them would be under contract. So
That-
the market definitely is changing a little bit, but
It has
it's
changed.
still advantage seller. It's still advantage seller comparatively speaking. Now, what we are seeing for a period of time, there were no contingencies. People were waiving contingencies. Why don't you explain what some of those contingencies might impact?
Well, I would say number one is the home inspection. People were waiving home inspections completely, or saying for informational purposes only, or void only, but you never saw any home inspections to negotiate repairs, which now we are seeing. Um, a big one is a home sale contingency during, the height of the COVID situation, or really over the past 2 years, really had not seen home sale contingencies in our contracts, and we're starting to see those now. So it really just means that we're heading back toward a more normal market.
A normal market.
Yeah, it's not that it's a bad market by any stretch of the imagination, and it's almost even hard for me to hear John saying, the market is changing. It is, but sometimes people look at change as not a good thing, but the changes are really just getting closer to normal, and it's still by no means normal.
We just had a message come up there,
Yeah.
which
There we
but
go. Yeah.
hopefully you're still all seeing us. So
So yeah, it's still not a normal market, and I just want to mention something. John, when I came back in, was talking about. Sorry, we don't know if you're hearing us or not.
just keep going.
Okay. Was talking about how long it's taking homes to go under contract, and I would say the norm now is if a home is priced appropriately, instead of going under contract the first weekend, it's taking the following weekend. So that does, put us, I would say what I'm seeing for our listings is definitely under the market average of 16 days. We're seeing them go under contract typically by 9 if they don't go under contract that
Before
first
that.
weekend.
The last thing I would say, and then we have to do a drawing for the baseball game tickets.
Yes, for people who attended our Waterpalooza.
From our Waterpalooza. The last thing I would say, so the greater Washington area right now has about 1.6 months of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Nationwide, it's about 2.6 months of inventory. What they call a balanced market is 6 months of inventory. So I'm not an economist, but I understand supply and demand. Demand is still outpacing supply, and it will take a while before it gets to a balance of six months.
Right.
So it still definitely favors the seller. However, what we are seeing, as Pat mentioned, there is a bit of a softening of contingencies, and homes aren't escalating. You may not have, like we had one property this year in the early spring where there were 39 offers. That we're not seeing that. That was up in Northern Virginia where we had a listing. You might have 2 offers or 3 offers, or all you need is one offer. All you need is one good offer. So that's where things are changing a little bit. So if you're a buyer, there's some happiness in knowing that it's a little bit more reasonable.
I would absolutely agree with that. And I think also a positive for a buyer is the increase in the days on the market is really giving buyers more opportunity
To look at inventory.
to look at inventory and not feel as much pressure, as John just mentioned, to have to waive all of these contingencies.
Okay, so one last thing, we're gonna have a drawing. So people who came to our Waterpalooza this week, we had a drawing for Fred Nats tickets. Fred Nats tickets. So Pat, why don't you reach in there and grab something?
All right.
Oh, uh, Paul Wasovic is a waterfront owner here at the lake. He was curious and came by to
Wadslivick.
who
Yep.
came by open house on Sunday, the Waterpalooza. We'll be giving Paul a call, and he's got tickets to an upcoming Fred Nats game.
Well, congratulations. If you're
Congratulations,
watching.
Paul. And that's
We'll
it
see you
for
next week.
LicataLive. We'll see you next week.
All right, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye. I don't know how this thing works. I just love technology. I don't have to
All right,
apologize.
hold on. I gotta read what this
I'll
says.
leave you with that, Pat. You are the
Okay,
technology
thank you.
queen, if anyone's still listening.
Bye, everyone, if you're still here.